everyone, welcome to Grand Teton National Park. We're here at the Bradley and Taggart Lakes loop. We've done this hike before, but we just thought, because we've driven here from Bozeman today, so we're not after like a really long hike, so we're going to do this one. We've just seen a black bear on Moose Wilson Road, which was so cool. We've got some cool footage of it munching on berries in the tree. Got the bear spray. I'm ready to hike to see these gorgeous lakes, and hopefully there'll be less smoke and we'll get to see the actual Teton peaks. So this is the trailhead, but we had to park way down the street because it gets super duper busy. Have your trash receptacles, and they're all bear proof lockers, and the trailhead is just here, and there are some porta potties before you go as well. There's another reminder here at the trailhead to make sure you make noise, avoid hiking alone, do not run, and always carry bear spray. The smoke has cleared slightly and we get a really good view of the peaks, and the trail just starts along this dirt path. So this is a access road that's closed, and you can clearly see Taggart Lake is signposted this way, and already the little discs on the trees, the aspen trees, are turning a slight shade of yellow, and there's some down here on the trail as well. Now this trail is a busy trail, so definitely expect to see other people. We have done it in the past very early in the morning when it was really quiet, but this time of day you'll probably find you frequently pass other people. So yeah, it's an easy to moderate hike, so nothing too strenuous. And at the beginning of the trail we're greeted by this gorgeous little waterfall and bridge. So we've got some fresh poo on the trail. Now that's really fresh, it's actually still wet. Now I'm no poo expert, but I think that's moose poo. There are horses that I kept here, so Mr. Poo Expert Rob was wrong. It was probably horse poo. Easy trail just follows along and slowly slopes up towards the peaks. One thing I love about this trail is the views that you get of the Teton Range if you take the way that we went, which is to Taggart Lake first. You really do get an incredible view that you're walking towards the entire time, and you come along the creek with these like little waterfalls. There's touches of fall foliage now as well. So yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous, and the fact we saw a bear just before we did the trail today has really cemented today as a golden day. So after the section up with all of the exposed area, we're starting to approach a little bit of forest, and I think last time we were here we saw a deer on the trail, so fingers crossed we get some more wildlife today. That's kind of cool. So cute.
I know, I just saw it flying.
So we've just come from Bradley Lake. It was really pretty. There is some cloud in the sky, so there's a bit of light and shade, but it was very pretty. Lots of scenic views of the mountains and of the lake and reflections. And there's a little pod of people that are gathered there. So yeah, it was nice. And now we're gonna head on to Bradley Lake, and then we'll loop back to that trail junction and head back to the parking lot. So it's a really easy hike. I mean, it's taken us 40 minutes to get to this lake from the trailhead, so a very easy, quick hike. And it's not too crowded. This particular one, we've got the whole area to ourselves. And be sure to look out for footprints in the sand, just in case you catch any moose or bear prints. So we're now just climbing up the last stretch towards Bradley Lake, and then it'll be downhill all the way back to the trailhead. But there's another shot looking up at the mountain range, and Ben just pointed out there's so much terrain here, like you really get to see lots of different styles and situations. This is quite scary. This section we're going up a couple of switchbacks and we're in these like aspen bushes and it's really overgrown, but wow, that's Taggart Lake that we just came from. Okay. Yeah. So we are finally heading downhill. There's some cat poo. Bobcat. Yeah, we're finally heading downhill. So we just had an overlook of Bradley Lake, but we're going to hike down now. We'll be right next to the lake. And yeah, really gorgeous. There's been some great views of both the Teton Range and looking down onto Taggart Lake, which I wasn't expecting actually. And there was two sharp switchbacks to get up to that last peak that we were at, but they were quite manageable. They weren't too taxing at all, and it was just two, which always is nice. So another gorgeous lake, but I think I preferred the first lake, to be honest.
Me too.
Yeah, that one was cool, but the other one just had a bit more shallow water, so you got to see a little bit more clear water at the bottoms and everything. And now we're heading back on the last stretch back to the car. So hopefully within half an hour we'll be back at the car, and we definitely have earned a Dornan's pizza, which we will take you to, and it is hands down the best pizza in the world. There's another gorgeous view of Taggart Lake, and then we're gonna head back on the trail. We're just heading down now. It's quite steep and quite dusty, but look at these views. It's clouding over and there's been some specks of rain, but the golden trees and the fall colours up in the canyons, so pretty. Well, our good weather luck has just run out on us. It's started raining, so we're going to walk quickly now just for the last stretch back to the car. And there's that familiar sound of the creek flowing just beside us, and that tells me we're not too far now from the trailhead, but I will wrap it up when we get back to the car, but I have to say it's a very pretty hike. If you want to see some really nice views of the Tetons and of the forest, and of course see some lakes up close, I think it's definitely an all-rounder for that. We've seen deer here before, but today all we've seen is squirrels. But hey, that's wildlife. But yeah, not too far to go now. So we've just experienced so many climates. It's like we're in the last home stretch. We've just passed the stables with the horse. I'm just coming up to that poo I showed you earlier on, and there are still like specks of rain coming down, but the sun's also on us and it's really warm. So yeah, it's definitely that autumnal, like fresh air mixed with the last dregs of summer, and it's kind of like creating this sort of microclimates everywhere we go. Yeah, still so gorgeous, even with specks of rain falling from the sky. That was super cool. We just had a horse pack.
When I came around the corner, at first what I saw was a big thing and I thought, oh my god, it's actually happening.
No such luck, Benji boy. And once again we're at that gorgeous waterfall coming down from the lakes into the peak and a home run.
Where does that lead into?
Just looking back on where we've come from, we were actually just over this green ridge and well down below it, but it was raining on us, and look at the dark clouds that have descended over the Tetons now. Luckily the rain has dissipated here, but you can definitely see it in other patches, and it's really warm, it's really humid, but it is the 10th of September today, so it's still in that transition period between summer and fall, but we've just hiked 5 miles almost exactly. It's 5.01 miles that we've done. We've done it in just under 2 hours, and that was stopping for photos and such as well. So yeah, a really nice all-round hike. If you've only got like a couple of hours and you want to see the Tetons, you want to see a lake and potentially some wildlife and some cool trees, I definitely recommend it. There is some up and down bits. We climbed 750 feet, so it wasn't too much ascent, so it definitely could be done by kiddos, or if you have people in your group that maybe are not quite as able, like they probably could do it, but it isn't a wheelchair trail or a stroller trail. I definitely recommend it if you come here. I hope you've liked the video. Please do like and subscribe, because we've got lots more adventures here in the greater Yellowstone ecosystem. And yeah, I'll see you soon.